Before we start on the makeup, I have to quickly say we've just hit 400,000 subscribers. What? That is so crazy, and I am, from the bottom of my heart, genuinely so grateful to every single one of you that subscribed and has been with me on this journey, because you've made my dreams come true. And how cool is it that you, as an individual, has helped make a girl's dream come true. This is all I've ever wanted to do, and the fact that we've just hit 400,000, baby Mads is absolutely screaming right now. So before we get into anything, I just wanted to say the biggest thank you so much. I thought for this week's video, I'm going to throw it back to my original content, because my original content was makeup content and fashion content. So I thought I would give you an updated makeup routine. Tonight I'm going out to celebrate hitting 400,000 subscribers. So I'm going to show you my current go-to glam. I'm also going to have a little drink in this video as well, but I want to start on my makeup because I've been doing it recently where I've been having a little drink while I've been getting ready, and then I've gotten a little bit tipsy midway through the makeup. So as long as I don't drink before I do my eyeliner, because it's the eyeliner that really messes me up, as long as I don't drink before the eyeliner, I'm fine. Okay, I'm just going to get straight into it. I'm going to start off by using my Road Glazing Milk. This is now a non-negotiable for me when it comes to my makeup. It keeps it looking really fresh. It keeps your skin really hydrated, so it's not getting dry throughout the day, and just, you know when your makeup just looks worn in and crusty? This really prevents it from doing that. And then I am moisturising with my Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. This just adds another layer so the foundation can just kind of sit on top of everything. Still really moisturising and just gives the skin a really nice natural glow under your foundation. You've heard me rave about them products so many times, but this is a new one. This is the Iconic London Velvet Smooth Pore Refining Primer. I only use this in certain areas just because I think it can be quite drying, but when you apply it just around the nose, just anywhere where your pores are a little bit bigger. So my pores are quite big around my nose and just kind of here in the middle of my forehead. When I use this, I don't go in with as much powder, so I can still have a really glowy finish. But this just really blurs your pores, and again, makeup just sits so nicely on top of this. This YSL foundation has been my go-to recently. It's the All Hours Glow Foundation. It is perfect. I can never find one solid foundation that I'm obsessed with. It's always like a cocktail of foundations. I'm saying that I am going to mix something in, but only because I want the glow. This isn't a foundation, it's more of an illuminator, but it just gives me an extra glow. And I don't always put this in, but I want to look a little bit more glowy tonight. So I'm using the L'Oreal Glotion in the shade Light Glow, and I'm just gonna mix those together. Something that I've been doing recently is I've gone back to applying my foundation with a beauty blender. This is dry. Can I be bothered to go and wet it? No, I can't. We're not going to cut corners. This is such a nice combination. So I just apply it onto my skin, and then I'm going to go in with my wet sponge and we're going to blend. I prefer the sponge because it doesn't apply the foundation too heavy. If I do want my foundation a little bit more heavy duty and a little bit more full coverage, then I'll probably go in with a foundation brush. But when I want it really smooth, really seamless, but almost skin-like, then I'll go in with my sponge because it doesn't apply too much product. Like that finish for me, perfect. But now I'm going to go in with my cream bronzer. This is the Vive cream bronzer, and I've changed how I apply this because I used to apply this on a really firm brush and kind of like pat it in, but I found that this is so full coverage that you really don't need to do that. And I think it's kind of nice to have more of like a dispersed bronzer. Like I don't like the harsh lines, so I'm just taking this brush by Huda, and rather than stamping this on, I'm almost going to apply it how I apply my powder bronzer. So I'm just going to rub that into the skin, and I just think, like I said, it disperses the product so much lighter. It just gives a really nice warmth to the skin. And then I'm going to go in with my cream blush. This is the Westman Atelier cream blush. Okay, Westman Atelier products let's talk about them. I think they are incredible. Yes, they are a little bit pricier, but every single product that I have tried from Westman Atelier has been my favorite in my makeup kit. This is in the shade Bichette. I just apply that on the tops of my cheekbones, and then I've also just took it across my nose as well, because even though we are in autumn, I still like to look like I'm in the sun. This hasn't changed in about 5 years. The Hourglass concealer in Beach. And the only thing that has changed is I don't go in with as much concealer, especially because this is such a full coverage concealer. That's kind of why I don't really go full coverage with my foundation, because I go full coverage with my concealer and I just apply my concealer where I need a little bit more coverage. So if I've got any spots or if there's like darker areas on my skin that I want to brighten, I go in with a full coverage concealer. This one's just the best. It blends out so well, and I found if you set it right, it really doesn't crease and it lasts all day. It's got such a good shade range. I will always go, I've literally got 2 backups in my drawer just in case. Once I like something, I either buy it in every colour or I'll stock up on it just in case. Now I'm going to set using my Huda Beauty powder. I'm going to set under my eyes with a powder puff, and then I'm going to set the rest of my face with a brush, because I want to set the rest of my face really lightly. But I've just found setting my under eyes with the sponge, it just helps it kind of not crease. So I'll just pinch it and just go right under my eye, and then also the sides of my nose. And then for the rest of my face, I'm just going to take a big powder, I don't know what that was. I'm going to take a big powder brush, tap the most of it off. Sorry, I've got a little ring on. And then just really lightly set everywhere else. Also, I have just come back from Morocco, so I caught a little bit of a tan. But I feel like my foundation might be a bit light, or is that just me? Have I got tan blindness? That's actually a thing, you know. When I was looking back on old pictures of myself when I used to go on the sunbeds, I was looking and I was like, I thought I was pale there, and I am literally so dark. So I do think I have tan blindness. Now I'm using my favourite bronzer. This is the Makeup by Mario bronzer in the shade Medium Dark. Again, such a good bronzer because it doesn't apply too heavily. Just kind of gives like, almost like a candlelight warmth is the only way I can explain it. I love it, and the formula is just so good. I love a buttery powder. Like, if I could choose a word to describe my favorite kind of powder formula, it would be buttery. I actually like using food terminology when it's not food. Like, if a gloss was like glazed or buttery, or let's think of another food word that we use. I can't think of any. If you can think of any, comment them down below. But I like using food references to describe makeup products. My blush, I'm more of a ready blush kind of girl. Like I said, I like to look like I have been kissed by the sun. So I've really been loving this blush by Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Worth. It's a matte blush, but it's, again, really buttery. Like, think of another word, Mads. It's just really creamy. Like, it doesn't feel like a powder blush. And even though it is matte, it's still, because it's such a lightweight blush, the glow from the foundation is still going to come through. So I really love this product. And I'm going to take that on the same brush I used for my brown. I'm going to take that on the same Makeup by Mario brush. This brush is actually great because you can use this side for bronzer, for powder, and then this side for either blush or highlight. So very good multi-purpose brush. And I am just going to apply that on the tops of my cheekbones. Again, I will always say this whenever I'm talking about makeup, but product placement is everything. Watch where you're placing your bronzer, your blusher, because it's gonna either make your face look droopy or it's gonna make your face look nice and lifted. I said this in my last vlog, but this is actually the last time I am buying this highlighter. This is my third. They break so easily. I mean, it's such a great highlighter. It's the best highlighter I've ever used. But because it's so finely milled, they just break. so easily. I mean, you can look at them sometimes, and if you look at them too aggressively, they'll break. I'm just gonna take that on the tops of my cheekbones. I don't always apply highlighter, to be honest. I feel like I like the natural glow from the foundation. Sometimes I want to go extra glowy, and tonight is one of those nights. I'm also going to take a little bit down the center of my nose just to contour it a bit. I'm throwing it back with some Anastasia Beverly Hills brow products. I'm using the Brow Freeze. I'm just going to use that as my brow gel. And then the other product is actually a new product from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's their brow pen. I'd never actually used a pen before, but because it's really flexible and so thin, it can really mimic brow hairs, which is what I like. I like the look of a natural brow, so I just kind of feather this through my brows, and it gives them such a nice soft effect. And I'm kind of liking a skinny brow. Every time I go to my brow appointment, I'm like, just a little bit more off. I'm gonna get to the point where I look like how I looked in year 11 when I had no brows because I shaved them off. Okay, I'm gonna move on to my eyes. I'm really not doing too much with my eyes at the minute. I'm just doing one eyeshadow and then a liner, and that's pretty much it. The palette I've been loving recently is the Vive eyeshadow palette. This color palette for me and my skin tone, my eye shape, my eye color is perfect. It's nice and warm. It's not too warm where it's like giving red tones. I love this as a transition shade. This is Soul Shadows in Terror. So I'm literally just taking that transition shade, and it's almost like a mustardy sandy brown. It's called Desert, which would make sense because it's like the sandy brown. I just apply that with this Morphe brush. This is a really good brush because it's nice and pointy, so you can really get into the crease with it. And it's easier if you look straight ahead, because then you can just kind of wiggle the brush right into the crease and you're not going too high or low with it, because I really like the look of like a defined crease. And then what I do always do with my eyeshadow is I just wing it out slightly. Then I'm going to take a bigger blending brush. This doesn't have any products on it, and I'm just going to blend out the edges just so it's not so harsh. I like my makeup to be as blended and as seamless as possible. New discovery for me. Actually, this is not a new discovery. This is a very, very old discovery. I'm back on the liquid liner. I went to eyeshadow liner for a while. I've been on the pencil liner, and we've done a full circle and we're back with a liquid liner. I love a nice black wing. I think it's so sexy. I think it just really complements any makeup look. This one is by MAC 24-hour liner. I'm bringing this a bit closer because your girl is blind. I don't do it heavy like I used to. I just do a really soft wing. So I look straight into my mirror and I kind of want my eyes to go like this. So I'm gonna almost mimic the shape. Only thing is with liquid liner, it's nowhere near as forgiving as pencil or shadow, because with pencil and shadow you can kind of blend it a bit. With this, once it's down, it's down. This needs maximum concentration. And then I'll take that all the way across my eye. And I'm going to go in with a pencil liner. This is the YSL liner in, I don't know, it's the black one, and it's also waterproof, so this doesn't budge all night, and it also doesn't smudge. So I like to do my tight line and my waterline. Basically take it all the way around my eye. And again, black eyeliner is probably the sexiest thing you can do for your makeup routine. Like, I need this again. Suddenly I'm smoldering. Suddenly I'm giving... This has been my favourite mascara now. I started my YouTube channel 8 or 9 years ago, so that's how long I've loved this mascara. This is the Lash Sensational by Maybelline. For a good all-round mascara that you can rely on. It's affordable, it does the job every single time. Maybelline just does it right. So I'm just going to apply a coat of that. It also doesn't run, so like I was saying with the eyeliner, you know when your mascara like tends to crack and break down onto your face, this one doesn't do that, and it doesn't smudge. Now I've done my eyes, I can celebrate my small win. Why am I saying small win? This is really not a small win. This is actually a very, very big win. I'm celebrating with Prosecco. I mean, I did want a champagne. I'm more of a champagne girl, but my corner shop is not that bougie. This is how you know I've not been doing Pilates recently, because Jesus. Oh, there we go. Yay! Cheers, guys. Here is to 400,000, and the next stop is 500,000. That is gonna be crazy. I'm going to set my face twice. It sounds a lot. This one is for the glow, and then this one is just to fully set. So I'm going to use this one first. This is the Kosas Plump and Juicy Collagen Spray. This does exactly what it says on the bottle. It plumps your skin, it keeps it nice and hydrated. And then I'm going to use the other one after I've done my lips. And I found this on TikTok. This is by the brand Wonder Skin, and it's the contour lip liner. And this is like a lip stain lip liner. It's so good, and for my girls that love a brown lip liner, this is a really good shade. I can't remember what the shade is. Walnuts is the shade. This is so good. It literally does not budge. Like, I can eat with this, I can drink with this, 2 things I shall be doing tonight, and it does not move. I also did apply my lip stain earlier, of course. And then I'm going to use this Duo by Dior. I opened this in PR in my last video, and this has become a staple in my makeup routine ever since. It's so beautiful. So it's got a matte liquid lip, which I just apply and blend into my liner. And I really love this shade as well. This is in the shade Rouge. And then the lip gloss is perfect. First of all, I love that it's a little brush, but it almost gives like a sequin look on the lips. Like, it's like a glaze. I love that word for lip products. It's gorgeous. It's not too much, it's not sticky, and it lasts ages. And I'm going to set all of this one more time, and when I tell you, this is what is going to hold everything in place. It's almost like putting cling film over your makeup. It's like putting hairspray on your face. It's so good. And another thing I have been obsessed with is the Kylie Cosmetics Caramel Cloud Hair and Body Mist. This scent is addictive. I need to smell like this at all times. And that is my current makeup routine. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and once again, the biggest thank you to 400,000 of you guys. That is just so special. I love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.